Hi, I'm Charla with Freezer Meals 101. Today we are going to be doing some make-ahead snacks for the freezer because my kids have run out of things to pack in their lunches for school and work, and I prefer to send them with things that are homemade, but quite honestly, I ran out, I don't even know, like 2 months ago, and so they've been taking things like hot rods and store-bought granola bars and bear paws, and while those are not the end of the world and it's totally fine if you send your kids with store-bought things, I just prefer to have things that they can take that are homemade so that I know what's in them, and so they're a little bit healthier. I mean, they're not always totally healthy, but they're healthier generally, and at least I know what's going in them. So this is not to guilt you into making everything homemade. This is like if you want to have a little bit of store-bought and you also want to have some things in the freezer that you can grab for them, it's nice to have a balance, right? So, what are we doing today? Oh, I wanted to do these bananas that I heard about. I'm allergic to bananas, but my kids are not. And so you like slice them and coat them in peanut butter on one side and do like hemp hearts and or hemp seeds and chocolate chips or like whatever. There's a few flax seeds, few different ideas, and then you freeze them. And I thought that would be fun, and I know that a few of my kids especially would love those and get really excited, especially for an after school snack, because I wasn't totally sure how they would hold up to like being taken to school, because by the time lunch rolled around they would be thawed. So I was thinking more of those as an after school snack, but I forgot to buy bananas. And frozen banana things is tough to do without bananas. So anyway, we will leave those for another day in another video. But what we're gonna do today is, as always, frozen grapes, because how simple is it just to wash up your grapes, put them flat on a cookie tray, put them in the freezer. When they're completely frozen, you take them out, transfer them into a bag, and then the kids can grab them out for a snack after school, or like even when they're running out the door in the morning. That way there's always fruit and always something that they can grab. They think it's such a treat and they love it. Very simple to do. One ingredient, folks. We are also going to do, for the first time ever in my life, I'm going to make Uncrustables, because I put an order into Pampered Chef for a second, that mix and masher thing that I use when I'm browning our like ground beef, ground sausage, all those kind of things. And I always am complaining that I need a second one. So I finally just bit the bullet and bought a second one. And there was like a free gift with purchase, and the other things were things that I had. So I got myself this little like Uncrustables maker. And since I have it, it's here, we might as well give it a try. I figure in the future, I'll have grandkids that might think this is fun, so I might as well learn to use it now. So we're just gonna do some white bread, because I read on this Pampered Chef thing, Uncrustables thingy, that white bread worked the best. So we're gonna do white bread and some jam, because they can't bring peanut butter to school. And then we will seal them, cut them with this thing, and then put them into a freezer bag, and they can grab one out on their way out the door. And that's, about as easy a sandwich as they could possibly make for themselves for lunches. We're going to also do energy balls. Those are great to have not only for lunches or after school snacks, but also for a quick grab and go breakfast, especially for those super busy mornings when you're on the way to an early appointment or something like that. They just make a really quick, and if you pair the energy balls with the frozen grapes, it's kind of a more complete breakfast. So we're gonna make some of those. And pizza pinwheels, did I say that already? If I didn't, we're gonna make some pizza pinwheels, and we're going to possibly make some taco cups. The taco cups were a huge hit the last time that I made them, huge hit. And they were also something where a lot of a lot of our kids' friends were like, what's that? And so I had parents texting me, like asking me what these taco cup things were that I put in the kids' lunches. And so they were, they've made the rounds. So I'll hopefully have time to make some of those up today. I don't have a ton of time today, but I'm just gonna use whatever time I have. We're gonna make the best of it. You know how it goes. So let's get going. Oh, I will mention also that I'm planning to do some baking sometime in the next week or so. I will probably do a video of that as well because all of the baking will end up in my freezer, so technically freezer cooking. And that baking can also be things that they can take to school, like muffins, zucchini loaves, those kind of things. Some of it will be a little bit more like, butterscotch confetti squares, cookies, whatever, but it will kind of help bulk up the snack supply, which has dwindled to 0 at the moment. So between today and the baking day, we should get it back up to where I feel comfortable with them being able to go and grab what they need for their lunches or after school snacks. For the energy balls, I'm mixing together some unsweetened coconut, oats, peanut butter, flaxseed, chocolate chips, honey. We have our own honey and it is beautiful and so amazing. And then some vanilla. So I'm just mixing that all together. Then I'm gonna put that in the fridge to chill for a little bit just to make the balls easier to form. I like to use a cookie scoop to form the balls because then they're more even and I just like the uniformity of it and it's easier to do, I find. So I was actually able to fill a freezer safe container and 2 medium-sized bags with the energy balls because I had doubled the recipe. I will put the recipe in the description down below, or you can find it in the Freezer Meals 101 Club. Now on to the pizza pinwheels. We're just going to use refrigerated crescent rolls, and I just sort of rolled those out, not really very well, but anyway, put some just jarred store-bought pasta sauce and then some chopped green peppers, pepperoni, and then we're sprinkling mozzarella cheese on here and rolling it up lengthwise. And then we're just gonna chop it all the way along. It does not have to be perfect or pretty. And then I'm just gonna put it on some parchment paper and bake those in the oven. Once those are baked, I'm gonna allow them to cool and then place them in a large freezer bag, remove all the excess air, and freeze them for easy snacks. For the taco cups, again, the recipe will be down below or in the Freezer Meals 101 Club. I bake the mini tarts first and then mix the taco mixture together. It's just ground beef, some taco seasoning, and water. It's so simple. And then fill the pre-cooked or the cooked tart shells, and then we're gonna top those with some shredded cheddar cheese and put them back in the oven just until that cheese is melted. And once they're cooled, they're gonna go in a large freezer bag, and then those are ready to be put in school lunches or for after school quick snacks. Well, there you have it. I now have a lot of good snack options for my kids in the freezer. I decided not to do granola bars today, although I almost always do granola bars when I'm doing freezer snacks. Hopefully the kids will forgive me. I will get asked about it because they love them so much. My husband loves them too, so I will get asked, but I just honestly was kind of tired and I figured, this is better than nothing. And better than nothing is kind of my motto. Done is better than perfect. Thank you for joining me today. It was a ton of fun. Well, I don't know if I'd say a ton. No, it was, and it's always way more fun when you guys join me. So leave me comments down below and let me know what your favorite freezer snacks are, or if there's any recipes you would like me to try. I'm gonna leave a video right here to some other kid-friendly, super kid-friendly make-ahead snacks for the freezer. And I will see you next time. Happy cooking!